Hey, what's up, nerds and nerdettes, and we little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Comments. So, yeah, everything was just so bogged down. So much real life, I want to say crap, but let's face it, real life important stuff happening that I really fell behind on some of my gaps. My gaps, right, in my videos. I do tend to have, as I've said, most of my videos set for several months. 3 months is where I try to keep them ahead of schedule. But just like the live things, the comments, I don't do until the last minute because I want to know what the comments are, right? So since I didn't have time to film or edit this, well, I could have had time to film it, but I wouldn't have time to edit it. So I decided, you know what? Let me just go live with this. So what's up? How you doing? I'm ready to go. So I got a few picked out. This morning I went through a whole bunch of comments. I made some comments right back, and other ones I tagged for this afternoon. So we're gonna start off. I got 5 of them, 6 of them. I don't know. I'm in a rush. I'll be honest with you. I am in a rush because of this. This is Return to Dark Tower. And it got here like an hour ago. Or hour and a half. So I didn't have time to unbox that yet, so it's on my mind. That's all I can think about right now. But I want to do this. And I want to think about you all. So let's start here. I cut and paste a few, sent them out to myself. Fonzie the capybara, stop doing this and open your box, he says. No. I have to do this. I want to do this. It is both. It is actually both. I have to and I want to. When you get a combination like that, there's no stopping you. I'll get to this. Don't worry. As soon as this is done, don't worry. It'll be good. So first, from one of our regulars, one of my personal friends, you've seen him here, the 20-sided Warriors, and that's Anthony, left a remark here for Midday Monologue, State of the Shelf 2022, Part 1, The Problem. Now, these are, I hadn't done one of these videos in, I think, 2 years before this, and I had to do it because everything was practically falling down around me. So, you've seen some of what's happened behind this, but you haven't seen the whole part 2 yet, because I have one other corner to fix. And I got some nice curtains coming in. There's a couple of things happening. So you haven't seen the solution. But part one, the problem, Anthony said, what board game genre do you feel isn't getting enough attention or love from the gaming community or the companies? Expanding upon this question, which game do you own that you feel isn't getting enough attention? P.S. I love the evil Kool-Aid man hanging out by Bang the Walking Dead. By Bang the Walking Dead. Oh, do you mean... You mean this? This is a throw octopus. There is a throw octopus game on Kickstarter right now. This isn't it, though it's what inspired it. It's from Shady Pets. So I think this is what you're talking about. He does have little eyes underneath there. Little chill dude. I have him chilling out with the Cthulhu stuff. So I guess going backwards here. So we start with our little buddy. Expanding upon that, which game do you own that? I know exactly what game I own that is not getting enough attention, and I feel bad about it all the time. And so much of it has to do with a combination of setup time and game length, along with how much attention I'm gonna have to divide between filming and playing. All right, because I do have some time outside of filming to play games, and I usually reserve that for the newer games since I need to experience them more. This is a game I've had for a while, and it does need a lot of love, both off and on camera, and that's Fallen Land. Fallen Land is one of the best games I've ever played. I think it's always going to be in my top 2. I don't think it's ever going to get knocked down below a top 3 spot. I can't see that happening, but who knows? Who knows what I'm going to say 5 years from now on the subject. But yeah, post-apocalyptic game. It's a sandbox game. It's a game where you're controlling an entire team of characters. You know, like when you solo a game and you gotta control 4 or 5 characters. Well, this is what you do even when there's a team playing. Everyone controls a group of like 5. I think it's 5 adventurers that are going out, and you're exploring the world after the apocalypse. You're one of the surviving towns after several generations of pulling up your bootstraps and getting life back together as best you can. You're one of the surviving 10 towns. And you go on these adventures, these epic style adventures. And when you're playing multiplayer in this game, it's whatever you want. It's like the Wild West, literally. You can make deals with the other players in their towns. You can break deals with them. There's no rules to this other than just do it. Make deals if you need to, break deals. There's no penalty except what the other player is going to do in retaliation to you. It has such a deep story feel to it. Oh, I love the game so much. There's a second edition coming out, and they tightened up the rules on it, and they also have specific trays in the new box. So everything is real fast to get to the table. Like setup time is almost 0 now. So I'm really hoping with the second edition, I'm going to be able to get that title, Fallen Land, a lot more love that it deserves. Now, the first question: what board game genre do I feel isn't getting enough love or attention right now? And that's hard. That is hard because Kickstarter has blown things up so much, and there are so many games on the market now of every different genre that you can imagine. It's hard to find something that's not really getting a lot of attention from publishers, something that's not being published regularly. 5 years ago, very easily, as I said in the video you're commenting on, about superhero games. The superhero games were so few and far between. And I think at the time that's because the licensing price for Marvel or DC was a big problem. And also a lot of companies didn't think that there would be a lot of faith in their own homebrew universe characters. Yes, Sentinels of the Multiverse pulled it off beautifully, but a lot of other companies were wondering, is that something that will happen? It'll just take off, or is this lightning in a bottle I'm trying to catch again? And a lot of them didn't want to take that chance. But for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe the IP price came down or something, or Marvel and DC made themselves more available to board game companies. I don't know, but it exploded. It exploded. And right now with Kickstarter, going back to how I first started this, going back with Kickstarter, there are so many games. I've been thinking about this question, Anthony, and I don't know what's not really getting attention. Because we have tons of superhero games, both that are established companies, as well as a lot of superhero games that people are taking a chance now with their own creations. Dungeons and Dragons board games have exploded. There's tons of those now. I guess maybe since I divide my shelves by genre, if I think about it that way, the 2 shelves that are kind of the shallowest, now this may be in part because of my buying habits, but the 2 that are the shallowest, one is Age of Sail. There's a lot of good boat, ship, pirate, merchant games out there. There really are. But in comparison to like zombie games, Cthulhu games, there's a lot, but I don't think it competes. Now, even more so, I'm looking at it, it's right here, right directly in front of me, is mythology. I don't think there's a lot of games that use and capture the elements of mythology enough. We have some great games like Blood Rage, which is all about Ragnarok, and that's it's a fantastic game. Odin's Ravens, a beautiful 2-player game. Absolutely love that, based on mythology. And there's some games based on other mythologies like Camelot. And I think Camelot right there, I think that might be it. There's not enough games really dedicated to a good hardcore Camelot system like the old TSR game had. And I got to get that back, and I'm looking at it right now, right on the shelf. I'm looking at it, and I'd love to get that back to the table and do like a series of campaign style games for it, because it is fantastic. It's not just like Shadows of Camelot's a good game, but it is so kind of like niche in the whole is there a betrayer, and if so, who is the betrayer mechanic, that it takes away a little bit from the deeper sense of just playing through a campaign as if you were in the world of Camelot. So maybe in general mythology, I think more companies can look for gaming ideas and themes in mythologies around the world. And in this case, they don't got to spend money on it. Unless you want to do Thor exactly the way Marvel does him, you don't have to spend money. You don't have to pay Marvel to do a game on Thor if you're basing him on actual mythology Thor. But yeah, I think that might be it. I think that's my long-winded answer to the very first question there, Anthony. What game style genre do I feel there isn't enough of? Very well thought out. Oh, there you are, Anthony. Woo! So we got Fonzie the Capybara and Anthony here with us live. There you go. And the answer was literally look at me right in fact, when you get over here in a few weeks, fingers crossed, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like literally look at me right in the freaking eye here. All right, but we got some more. We got some more going on here. So from Clean Sweep 38, another one of our regulars, we have a comment from also the same exact video, State of the Shelf 2022, Part 1, The Problem. And he says at the 632 mark is where he's making this comment. No, you are going to have to dedicate an entire room to the Marvel Universe, with Marvel Zombies being your keystone of that collection. You need a clear show box for your Thanos glove. So he's right there. It's resting on Mjolnir. Maybe put it on a podium so that you can show off this mighty artifact properly. After all, we wouldn't want it to fall in the wrong hands, right? But it's cool. But I don't think of protecting it like that because it's just rubber. It's just rubber, so I don't really think to myself it's something that needs great protection. But yeah, it is cool. Every now and then I like to just put it on and think to myself, Thanos was right. And we know he's right because he should have been able to pick up the hammer. He should have been. Yeah, he should have been. But now as far as the Marvel, because I'm looking, you can't see everything yet. You can't see everything the way the superhero shelves are set up yet. But I have specifically gone out of my way to make sure I have enough space that Marvel Zombies is gonna get the lion's share of one of the shelves, and I also have another space that's underneath the DC stuff here. You can't see thanks to the big old box here that I'm gonna be dedicating to Hour of Need if it ever actually ships out to the backers. There's a huge big problem going on right now. It's a pyramid scheme. It really is. If I had known that, I wouldn't have backed it a few years ago. Fonzie, oh no, half your games just disappeared. That is just one way to... No, that is not why I was snapping, Fonzie. But no, so this game by Blacklist Games that I backed, I've even talked about in some gaming radars, called Hour of Need, a superhero game where they made up their own universe. And I'm not opposed to that, obviously. Right? I'll try it. If it's a superhero game, I don't care if it's Batman, Captain America, or your own dude or dudette, as long as it's a good game. And this looked really good, campaign style, all together, going in big like I did. We're talking like 8 freaking boxes. I was like, I'm going to have unboxing material for like 2 months for the channel on a game that looks great. But yeah, it turns out it was a bit of a pyramid scheme is what I'm thinking of it as. Because they still owed backers from like at least, I think, 2 previous titles before that. Now, before they shipped out, which as far as I know, they still haven't. And before this one shipped out, because it hasn't. Well, it's in the warehouse. That's another part of the story. They put out another game. Well, not a game, a miniatures collection on Kickstarter. So now, after tons and tons of delays, because we all know what's going on with the world, it finally gets over here and it gets to the warehouse. And it's been sitting in the warehouse for 2 months. Because Blacklist Games does not have the money to pay Quartermaster Logistics to ship the game out. And they haven't for 2 months. For 2 months, they haven't had the money to ship this out or the other titles previous to it. Now, I don't know exactly what happened, but for some reason, the newest title, the miniatures, is being shipped out from the warehouse first. I think that might already be done. And now they're waiting to ship out the other stuff. So what happened is every game that they've come out with since like 2 or 3 games ago has been paying for the previous games. And now they're at this point where they don't have anything else that they put out, which is good because none of us would back it at this point. So they're running on money problems. And the two brothers, the Sadler brothers, I think their names are, one of them already walked away from the company. He walked the hell away, leaving the other brother in serious debt. And debt that's increasing, mind you, because every month they have to pay a storage fee to the warehouse. It's insane. So I don't know when this game is going to get here. It's been produced. It's sitting in the warehouse. They just got to pay the money. But you can't say I got another whole shelf underneath ready just for that. Hey, we got Dale the Casual Gamer with us. Happy Monday to you too, brother. Great to see you. Glad you're here with us. Anthony says, borrowing from Paul to play Peter. Great. That's exactly what they're doing. And, I did a casual look at the company on Kickstarter before I backed them. Before I backed Blacklist Games, I looked at like their two previous titles. I looked at some of the comments, and I guess I had just fallen in the gap where there was a couple of good comments on each of them here and there, and I read through them. I was like, okay, I don't see anyone screaming about not getting their stuff. That things are shipping out. They left the warehouse. I said, okay, this is good. I guess I can trust the company. But wow, this is really killing us backers. But I got a whole shelf of that too. So yeah, when this finally gets revealed with what I've done, I fix up that last corner. By then, actually, some of these games will be in, so it'll be looking a lot better. So as far as having an entire dedicated room clean sweep to Marvel. That's a hell of a lot of more. I don't think there is that many Marvel games on the market now, or even that you could probably eBay, that would fill up a room in a New York City apartment. Fill up. Complete, like sardine can. No, there isn't. There can't be. I challenge you to prove to me that there's that many Marvel games. But it is going to take up, well, that's 2 shows out of 5. That's 2 shows out of 5, so that's almost half of the entire gaming shelf that Marvel will be taking up. And they're growing, right? There's still more. Sinister Motives is coming out. That's about ready to drop. You excited? I know, Dale, you must be, because you're a big, huge Marvel fan like I am. I am, unless you already got it. You son of a... did you? I'm just kidding you, Dale. But yeah, Sinister is ready to drop. Hell, I haven't even played through Thanos yet. Dale, don't have it yet. No love from... Yeah, but I don't even try. I don't talk to most publishers anyway. I just have a hard time doing that. But the big guys like FFG, I don't think I've ever even bothered to reach out to. Now, why? Who the hell am I? I'm like one pea in an entire farm of peas to them. I'm nothing. And I'm cool with that. I know my status. Ooh, but yeah, so that's ever growing. And you think they're ever gonna come out with more? And I haven't even played it on or off camera yet. Do you think they're ever gonna come out with another X-Men Mutant Insurrection game? That seems to be bombing on them. Oh, anyway. Let's move on. All right, I got hey, look at this, Fonzie and Dale. I got one from Fonzie and I got one from Dale. What's up? And again, this is still part of the same video. Dale, I'm same status. Marvel Zombies should be... yeah, right? You like me. You got the $600 thing. You like broke out the bank account. Are you a married man? Does your spouse know how much you spend on it? I thought mine was going to strangle me. But I had banked a bunch of money before, so it wasn't... I knew I wanted to buy something big, right? Yes, and be quiet. I love you, Dale. You're an awesome dude. Oh. You know what it's like. So anyway, one of these comments is here from you. But starting with Fonzie the Capybara says, ha! My eyes are drawn again to that Hula Hulk even before you mentioned it. A lot of interesting games we can see on your shelves. Looking forward to see how I pull it all together. Are you? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to showing it off too. Like I keep saying, I got one last corner. It's right behind the doors you come in. Anthony, you know what I'm talking about. It's that wooden bookshelf. And that is a hot mess. That is a disaster. That bookshelf alone looks like it should have been in the background of Sanford and Son. In the living room. And on top of it, I have all my wife's games. So I'm going to have to find... actually, when I clear everything else off, that whole bookshelf will probably be for her. Well, not that many. Maybe 3 of the 4 shelves? 2? Trying to Tetris it in my imagination. All right, so but yes, that hula Hulk. I'm gonna point it out to you every time. I moved him. Actually, I moved him up top. You can't see him because when I moved him redoing the shelves, I put him inside a shelf, and he's not getting the light, so he's not doing his little hula. So I got to keep him up on top of the shelves where he gets more. This is gonna sound weird. More direct ambient light. I know that sounded weird. Shut up. All right, now, Dale, I told you I had this comment from you I was going to direct to talk about. He said, you and I both need a bigger storage area. LOL. Great system for organizing. Good luck expanding out. I'm not, Dale, I don't know your living situation. But as anyone can tell from my voice, if you hadn't heard it already, I live in New York City. That's why there's always sirens in the background. And my apartment is this is like a 100-year-old pre-war tenement building I live in. So the rooms are fairly big in comparison to modern day apartments being built up here in New York. But it's still not that huge. With the shelves on either side, the table in the middle of this room, we have enough room to shimmy around each other when the 20-sided warriors are here. If someone's got to go to the bathroom or go to the store or get something from the fridge or something, there's enough room, but not much any more room than that. So this being lucky that I have this entire room to use as a game room, I count myself extremely blessed and lucky as far as being a gamer that lives in New York City. It's not like I have a house so I can like do this to the basement too. Oh, that'd be great. Wow, how much larger this collection could be. Now, my wife doesn't want me thinking like that. That's money. But yeah, so thank you for complimenting my organizing system. As you know, and anyone else that has a serious collection, right? This isn't like when you were a kid and you could just keep a couple of board games in the closet in the top of the shelf. Things like this, you need to know where things are. How you organize them is going to solve a lot of the problems. So anyone that's watching this video but maybe didn't watch that video, real quick, I'll just tell you, I showed everything by genre. And there's multiple genres inside a genre, like my sci-fi, I got general sci-fi. I have, that's horror I'm looking at. Like a general horror, 2 shelves for general horror, 1 shelf for zombies specifically, 2 shelves for Cthulhu specifically. Yeah, Cthulhu broke out to 2 shelves. So that's how I do it. And then I got sci-fi. You see the fantasy games behind me, right in front of me. I'm looking at my Dungeons and Dragons board games because the wall, you usually don't see that wall. It always has been the role-playing game stuff. So I have like all my miniature stuff, my tile stuff, my terrain stuff, my buildings, all over here. Over there, I got all the actual RPG books. I got 5th edition, 4th edition. Don't really care for them, but I got them to look at them. I had to give them a fair shot. I got all my 3rd edition stuff, 2nd edition. This is all D&D, obviously, I'm talking about. 2nd edition, 1st edition stuff, basic stuff, Star Wars, the old Marvel, Anthony, the old Marvel RPG stuff. I got all that stuff over there. And so right in the middle, I got all the D&D stuff. And that's 2 shelves of D&D, 1 shelf of mythology. And geez, the bottom shelf, I forgot I got some of the damn shelves, is a high adventure. That's games that feel like Indiana Jones kind of stuff, basically. So you have to organize. You have to be able to know where your games are. And then on each shelf, it's really easy. I usually just do them by size. Going down because at that point, you don't need to really do any more minutia of organization, I don't feel, because you can easily read what's on the shelf. Well, you can't read this one. Because the way this box was built, in order to face everything else, it had to be that backwards. But I know that's Role Player. I know it's the Role Player big box. So yeah, thank you very much. Very cool. We all have to have our own little idiosyncrasies, right? And mine is just things have to be organized. I have to know where things are. Now from our buddy Wesley Woodbury, I wanted to point this out. To be honest, this is really just me just patting my back a little bit, but it's for a reason. It's not just pure gloating. So for Big Johnny G's How to Play Die in the Dungeon by Fundamental Games, the creator of the games, the head of Mr. Fundamental Games himself, Wesley Woodbury said, masterfully taught. And he has crossed swords. He's got a die, a six-sided die, and he's got a big, huge smiley face. That's awesome. Now, the reason I think that's awesome is because I had slowed down and almost stopped doing my how-to play videos for two reasons. One, I kind of felt there was a lot of better videos that are being regularly dropped by other YouTubers on how to play. And I do. I honestly think that a lot of them are better than mine. And coupling that with the other reason that the how to play videos tend to be they're the second longest videos that it takes for me to edit. The first one being, and I want to get back to these two in a few months, the little still shot videos I've done, not the Sunday, not the ones that drop on Sunday, but if you check out my 4 Against Darkness games, 4 Against Darkness and Night of Glory, what's damn, losing my mind here. But the King Arthur one that 4 Against Darkness has. I did some videos on them. They're playthroughs. They're playthrough videos. But I overimposed after I shot the playthrough, which is mainly just the rolling of the die so the observer can always see my die rolls. Then what I did was I went back and I used my miniature terrain stuff and I built out cool little scenes and I used my painted D&D miniatures, since all know I don't paint myself. So the pre-painted D&D miniatures, I use them to in photographs tell the story that I was role-playing. I love doing that. I just need so much time. To get one of those takes me about 3 days. It takes me about 2 days to do a good unboxing video. I mean, a how-to play video. That's what I'm talking about, the how-to play video. So I don't always do them because of those two reasons. It takes me a long time to do them, and I think everyone else's is better than mine. So why do I need to bother doing them? But you all know, if you've watched my videos enough, you all know how much I really enjoy Dying in the Dungeon. I've turned it into an ongoing campaign that I'm playing. I'm having so much fun with it. I really wanted to do a how-to video on it. And so to have the creator of the game enjoy it enough that he wrote that response really makes me feel good about the quality of the video I put out. Because even though I do put out a video a day, sometimes more, but let's face it, a video a day, I'm not trying to just like churn these things out like machinery, I want to have fun doing it. And you see me having fun doing it, so therefore you're going to have a little more fun watching the videos. I mean, I have a style in my editing. I have a style that's a little bit, knocking things around here because I'm huge. I have a style that, I do this, I do this, I do this. Boom. Again, I do this, I do this, I do this. But that's just in the editing process, and that's just little tricks and everything that I've learned to just speed through editing. But as far as putting everything together from filming to editing to uploading, and it's just all got to be fun. And if it seems like work, it's going to come across that way. So thank you so much, Wesley. I don't know if you're watching this now or later, but really, thank you so much for saying that, because that instilled me a lot more confidence. I know there's more how-to videos I would like to do that I was planning on doing, and when I hear things like this, it gives me the incentive to just get the hell going and just do it. Just do it. So thank you so much for saying that, Wesley. I really did need that. Oh, was that it? Wow, that was all the ones I pulled out. Those are all the ones I pulled out because, as you know, I am waiting for this. And I've already been yelled at once taking the time to do this video instead of doing the unboxing on that. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a problem for me. I got to figure out what I'm doing. Now, I did get a chance. I don't know if maybe you saw it or not. If not, go check it out. It was a lot of fun. I did do a playthrough of Hero Quest. You just barely see it right up there. It's taking up all that space because it's holding room for its sister over here. But I did that. I had to borrow my wife's phone because if you don't know, I've mentioned it a bunch of times. If you don't know, I do everything through my phone. I film through my phone. I have Power Director on my phone, so I do all my editing on my phone, and then I upload directly to YouTube. After I edit everything completely on Power Director, I just upload it. I don't even edit on YouTube. I just upload it to YouTube. And so I do everything through my phone. Now, the Hero Quest, and from what I've read, same thing with his sister over here. The apps we need to play it solo, or actually just to play the game at all, to play this one solo or to play this one at all, isn't available on laptop. And I don't own a tablet. So, and I can't keep borrowing my wife's phone for like an hour and a half, 2 hours to shoot a live stream of Solo Hero Quest or Dark Tower. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I got to figure that out. Actually, I was thinking to myself, is this even going to load up? I don't know. Because obviously when I do the unboxing, you'll see this all on Wednesday. You'll get the answer to this on Wednesday. When I unbox this and I show everything off and I get around to the tower, see, I already got my, look how serious I am. I already got my, this is what the design, not the engineers, this is what the engineers of the game said. I've never heard of these before. Never. But I got them. I want to play. But I don't know when I turn it on, it goes to link up to the app. I'm not going to have the app running because I got to be filming through the phone. So I got to see how this works out. I'm in trouble. All right, anything else I want to point out? Anything else I want to say? I can't think of anything else. Oh, good. Anything else from you all? What's going on? Anything else you want to add? Anything you want to ask? Because otherwise, I'm good to call it. What's on your mind? All right, and that's good. So let me get to this. Oh, yeah, have a great day and happy unboxing. Thank you very much. Thank you. So that's it. All right, then. I'm done. I'm going to go see this girl. I got a date with her. I'm your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Picture presents Legendary comments from all of you. Anthony! I'm going to say this is Brad Pitt 47. What's in the box? What's in the box? Ah! You'll find out on Wednesday.